Hi, this is Edward Troxel. In the past, we've looked at some audio in that we've looked to see how audio is added to the timeline, and we've actually looked to see how we could take a stereo clip and split it down into two mono clips. But today, let's look at something slightly different in that let's take a look at how some 5.1 audio might work. Let's take a look at this project. Here we have a project with 5.1 audio. Suppose, for example, that we have gotten rid of this audio for some reason. Who knows what the reason is, but it is gone, and we want to bring the audio back. Well, we've looked at a script that would bring audio back if we had a clip like this, or we can also right-click and choose Add Missing Stream for the selected event. However, in this case, it only brings back the first channel. It does bring back stream 2, but it only brought back channel 1. It did not bring back the other 5. So what we want to do is figure out how we can add all 5 channels back to the timeline the way they were originally right here. So you notice we have channels 1 and 2 in the first one, then channel 3, and then channel 4, and then channels 5 and 6 in the bottom one. So that is what we are going to try to do. So here's the first part of our script. We're starting with our base script once again. And we're going to go for each track, my track in Vegas Project Tracks. Then I want to make sure this is a video track. Then I'm going to go through every event in that track. If the event is selected, then I'm going to get the media of that event. To get the media, I set a media variable, which I just called media, equals event.activeTake.media. Then let's get the channel count for the number of audio streams that there are. So we have a new variable, which I just called channel count, and we got that from media.streamCount, and we're looking for a media type that is audio. Then I'm going to go through a for loop going from 0 as long as I'm less than channel count. And then we will increment I each time it goes through the loop. Next, I'm going to get an audio stream, which I convert to an audio stream from media.getAudioStreamByIndex, and I'm going to get the ith audio stream. From this audio stream, I can get the number of channels. So I created me another integer variable called audio stream channels, and from there I'm getting audio stream dot channels. Then I'm going to display for channel I have this many streams, AS channels. So that will just be a display box. Let's run this script on this clip. So I have this event selected. When I run the script, it tells me that on audio channel 0, I have 2 audio streams. On audio channel 1, I have 6 audio streams. So obviously it's audio channel 1 that I want to use since it has the 6 streams. So now let's make some modifications to this code and see what we've done that's different. We've gone through each of the tracks. If it's video, go through each of the events. If the event is selected, get the media and get the channel count. Now I'm adding a new variable. Did I find a 6-channel stream? I'm going to initially set that to false. Then I'm going to go through each of the streams. Then the audio stream we're going to get just like we did before. Then we're going to get the number of channels. Then if the number of channels equals 6, then I'm going to say I did find a 6-channel stream. And then I want to add that channel. We're going to look at that in a minute. But I do want to add that channel at that point. And this is the location where I want to add it, which will be my track.index plus 1, because I want it to be right after this track. This is the stream that I'm going to get the information for. And this is the original event that I found. When I get done with this loop, if I did not find a 6-channel stream, then I'm just going to pop up a message saying there were no channels above 2 that were found. So now let's look at this add channel. For add channel, like we said, we passed it the index, we passed it the stream, we passed it the track event. And the reason we needed the track event is because we're going to group these all together. So to group them together, I created a track event group called GRP, which is a new track event group. And then I added that group to the project, and then I added the original event to that group. Then I'm going to add an event on this track, from this stream, from this event, and this column right here is going to be the one of the important columns, and this column right here is going to be another important column. I'll explain those in a minute. And then we pass it the group. So let's go down to where add event is defined. Here is our add event routine. So like we said, we passed it the index, the audio stream, and the event. Next, this first number is the first channel that we're going to use in this audio stream. Then this number is the channel count that we're going to use in this audio stream. So the first time we call this, we're going to tell it we want to start with channel 0 and use 2 channels. Then we're going to start with channel 2 and use 1 channel. Then we're going to start with channel 3 and use 1 channel. Then we're going to start with channel 4 and use 2 channels. So what we are getting is, this is our first stereo channel, which used 1 and 2. This is channel 3, channel 4, and then this will be channels 5 and 6, as we saw in the original project. So now what I need to do is create me an audio track, and I'm going to create it at this index. So it's going to be the video track index plus 1, the video track index plus 2, the video track index plus 3, and the video track index plus 4. So they will be listed in the same order they were before. So we create a new audio track at this index, and then we add that track to the project. So myvegas.project.tracks.add a track. Now we need to create an audio event, which I called my new audio event. It's a new audio event, and here's the reason I passed the event to it. I want to start at the event start time, and I want it for the length of the event. So now on my audio track events, I add this new audio event. Next, I need to create my take. So I have a variable take, which is my new take, and my new take equals new take, and I get that from the audio stream that we passed to it. So my new audio event .takes.add my new take. So now the take is on the event is on the track is in the project. Then comes the important part. Here's the important line. My new take .set audio channels, and then I pass it the first channel and the channel count. So that is where we tell it, oh, I want this one to be channels 1 and 2, or I want this one to be channel 3, I want this one to be channel 4, I want this one to be 5 and 6. Now remember, the first channel is 0. They're always 0 base, so that's why we went 0, 2 here. 2 is channel 3, 3 is channel 4, 4 is channels 5 and 6 because we put a 2 there. And then finally, we need to adjust the offset. Suppose we didn't have the complete event, so we need to adjust the offset so that it matches the original event. So our new take.offset equals our event.activeTake.offset. And then finally, we're going to add this new event to the group that we created. With all of these changes in place, let's see what happens now. So now we have, this one is channels 1 and 2, channel 3, channel 4, and channels 5 and 6, just like the original was. And like we said, we added the offset, so let's undo this. Let's assume that we only had a part of this clip. And so now, let's run it again. And we have the part of the clip that was actually used. If I pull this back out, you will see we get all of our original back. Pull this back out, we get all of that original back. So now we have seen how to add the 6 channels back to the timeline, and so we get our 5.1 back the way it was originally. Naturally, you can redefine which channels show up however you want them to show up, any way you want to define that. But what we need to do now is, for example, suppose we have 5 events on one track that all of them need their 5.1 audio added back. Well, in that case, we are going to get 5 sets of tracks. So in our next tutorial, we're going to see how to eliminate that, and we'll figure out how to get them all on one set of tracks for each track that we process. So stay tuned for the next video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Please sign up at www.jettv.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.